Well, look what the cat dragged in. It would appear that I have yet to overcome my addiction to heavy metal. And although it comes in at a paltry 500 or 600 pounds, it is still something I'm looking forward to having in the shop. I cheekishly say that I bought this by accident, and that's partly true. I saw this Logan 7-inch shaper listed in an online auction, and I put a really low bid on it with about a half an hour to go. And how these online auctions typically go, I fully expected to be outbid by somebody willing to pay way more than I wanted to at the moment. But that didn't happen, so I won. I just had to drive the hour and 45 minutes there to disassemble it, carry it up some basement steps, put it in the back of my truck, and then drive the hour and 45 minutes back home. But I'd say it was definitely worth the trip. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. The label on it says it's a Logan 7-inch shaper, model number DS-7. And I can't really find a lot of specifics about this particular model of shaper, other than it was probably made in the 1940s. I was fortunate enough to find a early Logan catalog from 1948, I think, that shows this specific model of shaper. Prior to this model, Logan did have one other shaper that was branded as a Logan, but it was a rebranded Porter cable before Logan bought them out. Soon after that, Logan came out with the 8-inch shaper, which had some improvements in the table lift mechanism, and you no longer see anything about this 7-inch model. The only thing I know about shapers is what I've seen on YouTube. I've only seen one other shaper up close, and it was non-operational. But they've fascinated me ever since I saw the big one that Adam Booth has in his home shop. So I still have quite a bit to learn. I'll learn a lot from YouTube, from Mr. Pete and Rustinox. Both of them have some really good videos on these smaller shapers. I did a little searching for 7-inch Logan shapers on YouTube. I didn't find much, if anything at all. But I think the principles are the same regardless of who makes it and exactly how you adjust it. I have figured out that you set the stroke length by the adjustment inside the little side door, and that you can adjust the stroke position by loosening the clamp on the top of the ram and then adjusting this dial on the back of it. Of course, there's no auto down feed on the tool height. I still have to check all of these dials just to see how accurate they might be. The shaper does have a auto crossfeed capability. For every stroke of the ram, you can set it to move the table either left or right 2 thousandths, 4, 6, 8, 10 to 12 thousandths of an inch. The base where the motor's at also has this Reeves variable speed mechanism in it, and according to the literature, you can set it from between 64 and 175 strokes per minute. And this thing is not quiet. I don't know if it was always this noisy or if there might be some bearings that need to get replaced. Well, no time like the present to go ahead and give this thing a good test drive. After setting the parallels, I grabbed a piece of scrap steel that would make for a suitable test subject. I went back and rewatched Rustinock's video on how to grind a simple tool for the shaper. I didn't capture the grinding on video, unfortunately, but I did want to go ahead and hone the edge a little bit better, as he shows on his video. With the tool now in the tool holder, I have my depth of cut set and my step over. So now it's just a matter of turning it on and getting the cut started. I'll feed the table manually just until it starts to make a bit of a scratch, and then I can engage the automatic crossfeed. Well, not unexpectedly, the finish is a bit rough, but that was because I had a fairly aggressive step over. I'm going to adjust this now and take it down to, I think this ends up being 2 or 4 thousandths of an inch on the step over. Well, apparently that was 2,000 step over, and that was going to take far too long to complete. So I stopped the machine and bumped it up to 4,000 step over. Still going to take too long, and quite frankly, I don't know that we need that light of a step over. So I'm stopping the machine and bumping it up to 6,000 step over. This is one of those machines that's kind of hypnotic. I could sit here and watch this for hours, but I won't make you do that. I am actually really impressed with how nice this surface finish is. It is smooth as silk. I guess I got lucky with grinding that tool, or I'm okay at following good instructions from Rusty. This is going to be a really fun machine to have in the shop. As far as what my plans are for it, I'm not really all that sure. I'm thinking of doing a tear down and cleanup and restoration. So if I do continue with the tear down, it's going to get repainted. Some people might like this red and green, but I absolutely hate it. It's going to be gray and black. I can't promise if or when you'll see this in an upcoming video, but regardless of what happens to it, you'll be the first to know. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to the newest addition to the shop. If you did like this video, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and we'll see you on the next one.